Alright guys, what is up with all of you beautiful people who are sitting in front of the computer, or tablet or whatever? You know the name. It is SubZeroExtabyte here, coming to you with another video right here from the elevator store. And I know that this place looks really familiar to you people, but that does not mean that this is a bad thing. Although we did have a lot of bad experiences with previous elevators, but we will leave those ghosts in the pasts, and we will now focus on the future. And the future being these new elevators. So basically the story on what got me back here was that I owed a friend of mine for a reason that you do not need to know at this point. Maybe I will come back on that one, but do not get your hopes up. So I owed this buddy of mine, and he works in this elevator shop, and he was like, "Yo dude, we need some testers for our new elevator line." And at first I was like, "Oh no, I am not doing that stuff ever again." And he was like, "Well, you still owe me dude, so you better pay up, otherwise bad things will happen."
Away from the back wall. The elevator will be back in service shortly.
And now at this point I was not scared or anything. I mean, look at me. I could beat the guy up fair and square. I mean, I could let him bake the cake and I would take his cake and eat it too. But that is not how I roll in this block world. I try to be an honest person, and I try to be a fair person. So after a couple of hours of making up excuses on why I was not able to come, I ran out of excuses and I came around. So that brings me here, in this old and moldy elevator. No way that this thing is from a new line. But what actually might be from a new line is the horror that happens inside of this thing. And just as I expected, what is this thing? This dude has a big freaking head. That is all that I can tell you about him. Oh wait a minute, the walls are caving in. Oh my, you have got to be kidding me. Please someone save me. I am way too pretty to die. The hot ones always survive. Please let that horror movie stereotype be true, based God. I am begging for all of my life. I will. Oh alright, never mind, we seem to be fine. I was just going to say that I would sell my soul to Lucifer, but I am glad that I did not say that out loud. Wait, I just said it out loud. That does not count, right? You will not get my soul today, Satan. I am saving this for a rainy day. And that rainy day is not today, because look at this slip and slide baby. Hold up. Wait a second. Is this a tongue? This looks rather familiar for some reason, but I cannot quite lay my finger on it. Oh alright, now I do remember it. This is the worst slip and slide that is ever made. This thing is straight up gross if you ask me. I will not put myself through something like this ever again in my entire blocky life. I will not. Alright, I will one more time, but just because I want to get that slice of pizza, because that is one big slice of pizza baby. Alright sub, prepare yourself for the worst thing ever. For the third time ever. I cannot believe that I fell for this again. I just wanted to try and get that piece of pizza. I am such a failure. I mean, just look at that guy, man. He looks like he jumped into a big jar of Nutella. That is not right. Why do all of these people look like that? It literally looks like they had an accident in a chocolate factory, as if they got caught on a conveyor belt in the Nutella factory, and they literally got turned into Nutella chocolate people. That is what they look like. But the only sad thing about this is that they do not smell like chocolate. I wish they did. Man, these guys smell like they just came out of a manure sale at your local gardening store. But I will try to mask that smell for now, and check out what this floor brings for us. And it seems like it is just a big TV. That is not really that exciting if you ask me. Alright, what is happening? I think we have a bad signal on that TV, or is that just me? Alright, can someone please tell me what is going on here? And why it is so darn dark all of a sudden? Oh my god, what in the name of Sub-Zero himself is that darn thing? I will not ever try this type of thing ever again in the entirety of my life. I just scared myself so bad that I think that I left some manure in my own pants too. And one quick little question. Why on earth is this dude just casually lying flat out on the floor? I think that he might need some help, but nobody saw me next to him. So I will just leave him right there for the next guy to walk across his path. I have more stuff to do around here, like this. Wait, was that a UFO? But what is happening? I'm getting really dizzy in here. Hello, I'm someone. I think that this elevator might be broken for some reason. I mean, I am not sure about this, of course, but I do not think that an elevator should be spinning like this one does, because elevators usually just go up and down, but this one does a lot of other weird things. So when is this going to stop? Because I am actually about to start throwing up. Oh wait a second, alright, it stopped. So what is the plan now? Nothing. Alright, that was it. I thought it might have something to do with that alien UFO which was hovering around us, but alright. I guess that I will just act like that never happened, like any normal human being would, because alien life is pretty creepy if you ask me. They might just be out to murder me, and like I said before in this video, I am way too pretty to die right now. I will just wait until I am a little bit older, and a little bit more wrinkled and stuff. Then there will be the right time for me to actually do my ghost hunting and UFO chasing, because it would not matter that much to me if I would do of old age rather than being killed right now while I am still a young stud. And I will prove that I am still a young stud by hitting these nutty basketball shots. Man, look at me go. I am out here trying to get a scholarship, people. Watch me rise to success. I will definitely make it into the NBA if I get the right college, of course, and if people would actually give me a shot on the team. But alright, I will just put all of my basketball aspirations aside, and I will just make sure that we get through the rest of this elevator ride alive, because we all know that you are not able to play ball if you are not alive. That is just how things go. But let's just pretend it for a second. How cool would it be if I would be in the NBA? I would be able to slay all of those ankles, man. I am telling you. I would be called Lightning McQueen because I am that fast. But hold up, wait a second. Stay still, please. The doors have opened. And what is there on the other side? Right, some creepy old blue room. The lighting in this room is pretty sick though. I would get on that stuff for sure. But what is supposed to happen? Alright, there is something happening right now. I spoke too soon. But alright, show me. Alright, I think that it was a good try, but that was not scary at all. I have watched Dora the Explorer shows that were more thrilling than that. Even though with the lights of I can kind of feel the suspense being built right now. Am I the only one? Wait, did you see? Oh my god, what is happening? Where did everyone go? I thought we were safe in this thing. Alright, it cooled down again. But what was that, dude? Alright, not cool, it is dark again. Wait, never mind, it is light again. What is going on here? This is the weirdest thing that I have ever experienced, dude. I can tell you that much. This is some paranormal activity level stuff that is happening here. And I'm not very happy to be here, to be honest. Not that I was before, but still. I mean, I was not ready for this elevator ride at all. And now all of a sudden there are all kinds of scary things happening. Well, that is just not for me. I am not the type of dude that likes to get scared at all, and I am not fooling around with that. If you ever dare to scare me, man, I will just start running as fast as I can. I am not about that life, man. I will just straight up leave and start sprinting in the opposite direction. And believe me, many people have tried scaring me, but I basically turn into Forrest Gump at that point, and I will just keep on running until I'm not spooked anymore. So if you scare me big time, well, then I will be going on pretty rough run, because I will try and get out of there. Alright, so we got that behind us, and now we can move on to the rest of this thing. Wait, why did that girl, her head just become like really huge? That is not the way your head is supposed to look. I mean, all the respect to the people who carry around a head as big as that one, but that must be hard to carry around all day. I get tired fast already. I would probably lay in bed all day long if my head was as big and heavy as hers. Well, maybe her head is not heavy at all. Maybe it is really light. Maybe it is blown to that size with a decent amount of helium. That would be really cool.
What have we here? Some Robloxians, huh? Oh, I'm really scared. So you're the ones they're talking about, haha. Let's spin the wheel and decide your fate. What's gonna happen? Okay, no.
That is insane, dude. I am not even sure what to say about stuff like that. Other than that, this is insane stuff, but we are back in safety, people. We will not be dead for a while longer. I wonder what this guy is doing though. He is facing the wrong way while talking. Well, maybe he is just talking to himself. I tend to talk to myself a lot as well. At least that is what people sometimes tell me. I do not really get it though. I never catch myself talking to myself, even though that sounded pretty weird. But usually I do not notice it because I am too caught up talking to myself to notice that I am talking to myself. But if you guys catch me talking to myself all the time, please let me know in the comments so that I can work on that a little bit. I really wonder what it is like to walk around talking to yourself all day long. That must be pretty tiring if you ask me. Like I said before, I am tired all the time already. I would not be able to keep a steady conversation with myself going. So I am pretty sure that if I were to talk in myself that I would be boring. But let's stop about that and rather start talking about that man that is just creeping there in the distance. Alright, the doors are closing. That is a pretty huge relief because I do not think that I would be able to handle it if someone would scare me again. And yes, I am saying it again. If you have the guts to come and scare me, well then you will never see me again. I will sprint away like you have never seen before. I would literally morph into Usain Bolt and I would get out of there as fast as I could. Man, this elevator ride is taking really long. For how long have we been here already? And now a better question. Why are all these floors as creepy? I mean, this is just hilarious to me for some reason because I am not used to elevators being here to scare you to death. And I am totally not about that scaring life. But I think that you might have gotten that by now. But you know, I like to make myself clear so that there will be no misunderstanding between us. That is very important to me, but not as important as not pooping in my pants though, because that is just embarrassing. Alright people, I have no idea what all of these things are, just because I literally cannot see a thing but the walls in here, and I am sure that I do not like this at all. I am actually ready to say that I hate this stuff by now, because come on people, I do not like scary things. I have been into How can that be a funny experience? But I guess that compared to the scary stuff that is happening behind these elevator doors, it might just be better to actually be inside of this elevator because I am not that happy with everything else that is going on. Even though this looks pretty peaceful, I still have no clue about what this actually is. For some reason it is still giving me goosebumps. And if you ask me, that is never a good thing to begin with. But I am never backing down from an eating contest as long as my stomach does not explode because of this. So let's do this baby. I am ready to beat this. You do not start an eating contest against me bro, because my stomach is like a black hole. It is like a vacuum. I just vacuum everything in there that fits, and that is one of the reasons why I win at this. The other one is that I am just really hungry because I skipped breakfast today, but I guess that those chicken wings satisfied me at least a little bit, but I am sure that I can fit some more in my stomach if I were able to actually do another one. I mean, you always have to be prepared for these sort of things. So I am basically pretty happy that I was running late this morning and that I got to eat this fantastic meal, because sometimes life just catches up to you. And at that point you are glad that you can pig down on some chicken like it is the best stuff ever made, even though it pretty much is. Next to steak though, because steak is just all round the best thing that is ever made, and that is the honest truth. Even though I also like burritos a lot, but then again, one of the best things about burritos is that they are filled with steak or chicken. Or if you have the money and you go to Chipotle, you can actually throw that money right at that chicken and steak mix for your burrito. Then you basically get best of both worlds, and then you go for that hot sauce on there. I mean, you do have to get the non-hot salsa as well, but the hot salsa just finishes the whole dish dude. And of course a Coke or a Dr. Pepper on the side, just to quench the intense thirst that you get from eating a burrito. And of course the fact that your mouth might be on fire after that hot salsa, but then Dr. Pepper will come out of the ER and he will patch you up. That is why I threw him in the mix as well, just so I could get on that life bro. Wait, I am confused right now though. Is he Noodles or not? His name is I am not think Noodles 88, but does that mean that he is not Noodles? I mean, how can you be Noodles? What is up here? Is that maybe some type of meme that I do not yet know about? Because I mean, that could be what is happening here. But then again, I am always caught up on that meme life. I mean, come on people, you have to know by now that I'm not one of the typical ordinary people out there, right? I mean, just look at the adventures that I've had in the past. They're so amazing and so dangerous that no one else dares to do them. I guarantee you that right here, right now. So what do you say if someone asks you if Sub-Zero is just another ordinary YouTuber? That's right. You shut them down and say that I'm the very best. The best of the best to be precise. I just wanted to tell you guys this. Alright guys, this is not funny. Who turned off the lights? And are we actually falling? This is not cool at all yo. I mean dudes, turn on the light please. There is nothing as annoying as not being able to see what is happening. Especially when you already know that these people are pulling some weird things on you. And I really do not like this at all. But I think that I made that pretty clear already. Now did I? Just tell me in the comments down below if I was unclear about me being scared easily. But then again, The doors are opening, and what do we have here? Some empty space with a banana apparently. Alright, I spoke too soon. With multiple bananas apparently. Wait, come on people, what is going on here? These are the peanut butter jelly time bananas. Then I am done with all of this, and I will just go and make myself a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I will see you guys in the next video.